Today on Clausen Woodworks, we're going to be building a barn door. This barn door is going to measure 54.5 inches wide by 83 inches tall. Now I have been commissioned to build this piece. We will have shots of it installed, but not on how to install the door. So today we're going to be milling the lumber, cutting the dados. We're gonna assemble this like a shaker style cabinet door. You're gonna have your rails with the grooves on the inside, and then you're gonna have, your stiles with the grooves on the inside. That'll be on the right or left, and then you'll have your top and bottom pieces. We're gonna have, instead of a solid insert panel, we're gonna be using 4/4 pine as well, that will mill down to 3/4. And that'll be our groove size too, all the way around. And then these panels will fit inside. And then we'll do some cosmetic type paneling on the outside, just to kind of create the X fashion that is very popular. So yeah, let's get into it. So as I said before, we're going to have the rails and stiles, and we're going to have, instead of using a tongue and groove bit, we're just going to use the dado stack to create our dado after we use it to take out the sides too, to make the tongue. So I've roughly made my center mark and where the blade will be. And I've aimed for 3/4 of an inch, or the blade is just under 3/4 of an inch. So this is my center, and these are my sides. and I've roughly set it, just in case if I'm off and I'm not exactly dead center of the board. I'm gonna mark which side is to the fence. This way, when I come to assembly, I can orient all those X's on the same side. That way, if I am slightly off center with the groove for the center panel, then they'll all be at least at the same orientation. And we'll make a couple test cuts. We want this to be 3/4, this is 3/4 of an inch wide, and we'll go 3/4 of an inch deep. This is, I do have some cutoffs I'm gonna use as test pieces. So I'm gonna run these first and slowly raise the blade till I get 3/4 of an inch on the dado. We're using the dado stack to make those passes. Even though this is pine, I did it in 2 passes, so even that might have been quite aggressive, taking about a 3/8 of an inch each pass. It worked fine, especially with the weather boards. Using these feather boards to help apply that pressure. This way, the stock stays snug against the fence, and I don't have to worry about that. I can control or focus solely on feed rate and keeping my fingers away. So here I had 2 blanks for offcuts, and I use these to set up the cuts. So my first one was to dial in the left and right, and because I had to move it a few times, it left the lip, which is fine. And then when I'm done, I just run the other piece through to get it 100% how your stock is that you're trying to cut. This way, now I can take this piece and I can set up the cuts for prepping the tenon on the rails. I've been planing the boards to the 3/4 thickness of the dado or the groove that was cut for the door on the inside. So I'm running through the planer and I know I'm close to the 3/4 of an inch, so this will be my last pass. And what I did was run this board over and over again, slowly adjusting my depth until I can fit my test piece on and it be nice and snug. It'll slip all the way in, and at first you'll be able to slip it on the ends, but it'll apply pressure outwards and you won't be able to get all the way down without possibly breaking these edges off. So now it's nice and sturdy on there, so this is the depth that I want to bring it to. So this will be my final pass. I'm going to run all these other boards and then we're ready for glue up. And that wraps up the barn door build. Hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We will not be doing an install on this, as I was just commissioned to build the door. I've asked the installer to shoot me a picture, so if I got that, you would be seeing that now. And yeah, if you got any feedback or ways that I can build these better, let me know.